Thanksgiving, October 13th, 2025, here in Canada. I talked about how I would apologize to the Chinese government on behalf of the Canadian government. And of course, I can't represent the government, but as a Canadian. You know, the Chinese government does owe me two apologies I've talked about years ago. But I'm listening to the news today about this peace in the Middle East and the insanity of what Trump is saying, that he is in charge. You know, it doesn't show that we are well as a species. We're very unwell. So let's say I work for the Red Cross or something like that, and I decided to go to Gaza and help in whatever way I could. And you know, for many times a day, I would be apologizing on behalf of my government, but again, not as a government representative. And it's because in the last 2 years, shame on the majority of people around the world, including those that have gone through things like this, like Indigenous peoples, and those survivors from a long time ago, the celebrities that stayed quiet, the majority of politicians, shame on you all. And when I hear about the return hostages and what they're going back to, and how that's so different from what Palestinian innocent children are going back to, and non-combatants, right? And how jihadists and Zionists are the extreme insanity that their ideologies have created, and how those ideologies have not gone away, right? We don't talk about that. We don't talk about why did we have to learn a lesson like this again, and why is all the proof there that we haven't learned anything again. Because it's not like you're going to learn the tools of peace, because most countries are boosting their armies, building more weapons, blah blah blah. And most countries have no clue how to properly assess enemies or allies, and their opinions are based on what the elites consider. You know, it's not related to what will evolve or devolve the human condition. It's really sad to see. I belong to a species that hasn't learned things in the past, and they go through worse times, and worse are coming, and they learn less from it than they used to when things were catastrophic in history, but they still in those times learned a little bit more. So I'm not hearing the conversation, and I never will. And what I have to do is apologize for all of your children in the world all the time. And it could be locally here. It could be I go work with kids, and I connect with them, and they feel sad that they haven't met somebody like me before, and I have to apologize for their cultures, for their appearance, you know, for every elite or employed person that has helped create what makes them notice that they were missing what I offer as a supportive, empowering, trained in psychology type learning specialist, right? And that's the point. The point is we're not learning from history. There's no gods that come say you've failed your last lesson. And the heavenly biosphere that we belong to it's still going to keep suffering and suffering because of us. The fact that no other species on this planet is as dangerous to its own offspring is the kind of conversation that will never win me a Nobel Prize.